often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I just came back from work. I'm making sure everybody has their turkeys.
But to say the supermarket near Thanksgiving has got to just be.
uh
Mad Max
Terrible.
comes to mind, where it's just like
Yeah.
punching an old lady in the middle of the aisle. Yeah, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Everybody's mad,
Post-apocalyptic. Yep.
Here we
We've
are,
run out of
Carpets and
butter.
Coffee. Yeah, right. 102. And we're sneaking in here on a Tuesday because tomorrow
Everything's going to shit. So I'm out of commission
Hey, what's
as
up,
of
Brandon?
tomorrow.
Right.
And then Thanksgiving's happening and all of this stuff. Lucas unfortunately could not be with us for family issues, so it's just going to be us. So we will answer questions from the chat. We'll talk to you guys directly, and we're just going to kind of, I don't know, fuck around for an hour.
Yeah. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Robert? What's up, Podrick? How's everybody doing? Yeah, so NPR's kind of been we kind of came back and then we did the episode, the breeding episode, and we did something different this year. We did episode with Keith and Dominic, and I thought it's going to be 2 episodes. Yeah, 2 episodes because we can never fit it into one. But this one was good because we had different other people on talking about it.
Right.
And, Keith always is an outside the box thinker. So that will be coming out next Tuesday. The Patreon members have seen it already. And we're going to be recording part 2, Monday, I guess it is.
Yeah.
What's up, Aaron? What's up, Joe?
I'm trying to figure out the layout because it seems like we're really far away, but it's like I figured it out. It's like we went from this to this. Like, cool. Yeah. Like moved up a little bit. Perfect.
Yeah, you can kind of. You want to be bigger? You're not.
I guess because it seems like we're very far away. I mean, but I was just fucking around with that. So yeah, there we go. Better. There it is. Better. See, I once again, better. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Anyway,
So here we are. We kind of just threw this together, like Owen said. So I think, for me, I've been drinking, since we're going to talk a little coffee with you real quick there, Owen. Atomic Coffee Roasters. It's called Diesel.
That's a fuel. Really good. That is a type of fuel.
Yes.
But all right.
Basically, it's fueling me through Thanksgiving. In the supermarket world.
From some of the stories you've told me, I'm surprised you're not like injecting heroin into your eye. So it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, I had a terrible story.
I know. It's because he's not here and we miss him terribly.
Oh, poor little Lucas.
Poor little guy. So
Barnek is doing great, Rob. Kind of crazy that I have scrub again. A scrub.
I have scrub.
Also scrub again.
He's not wrong. It's right. Yeah, it's like, scrub. Yeah. So
I'm talking like Owen, how he says boa. I have a boa.
I have boa. It's boa. Yeah. Yeah. I have several now. I can say it, Lord. It's boa.
Scrubs.
Boa. Yeah. I do have scrubs.
I forgot what it's like to work with scrubs.
Yeah.
I forgot how different they are from carpets.
Why do you think I'm like, I was so, I know we already had the first episode of the 2-parter that is, for coffee, I'm drinking cold brewed coffee. That's all I ever drink all the time. It could be in the middle of a blizzard and I'm going to have a cold coffee. So there you go. Anyway.
You and Rob with your cold coffees. Why is it cold? Why do you like cold? What is it about cold coffee?
Something about listen, I will have a hot coffee every once in a while with like cream and sugar and stuff like that. But it was never the like hot drink kind of a thing. I guess I was so used to just drinking cold stuff. So yeah, it's a cold brew. It's on ice. A lot of times I would order hot coffee and I would never finish it. but I'd always finish like a cold brew or something like that. So
Okay.
it just started that way, and then it's become a horrible, horrible addiction. So
it really is
like so many things. But anyways.
yeah. Yeah, I like cold brew too. Nothing wrong with a cold brew. I'm just always interested in why people.
But they're always
like
the people that like
why people do the things they do. You know what I mean?
But they're always the people like my father who it could be like 110 degrees out and he's like hot coffee. Like, I mean, that's
me.
I know. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
I told him about this show recently and he got upset because we haven't had him on to talk about dark roast coffee, to which I said over my dead body. So we'll probably have to figure something out with that later.
Oh, he's a dark roast guy too.
He is. He is. He's a dark roast.
No wonder I get along with him so
I mean,
well.
it's a new acquirement. You know, he used to just drink whatever was at the gas station coffee pot that looks like it hadn't been cleaned in 20 years. Now he's on to dark roast coffee. But back to what I was saying.
Yes.
I know we had the first episode of breeding and we're talking about stuff and we got all the way up to pairing and then we realized we've been talking for about 2 hours.
Yes.
I am cooling stuff down because I want to start getting pairs together. And I'm looking at things like the scrubs. I'm like, I must freeze you before I put you. Like, you guys have to go down so far. I want you guys to have to just have no problems. So,
so you think that the trick with scrubs in your mind is the temperature?
No, I just don't want to have to deal with those two animals.
If
they're still even like a hint of I could eat that. Like, no. I want them so cold that I feel it's okay to pair them. Like, I want food to be the last thing in their minds. So,
so you want the equivalent of the Eastern brown snake that we found on the last trip to Australia, where it was so cold out that thing was like just sort of like where. When we saw one in the Northern Territory with you, that thing was like, lightning.
It was gone. Yeah, I want it to be a little sluggish. Now, I paired one pair of snakes already.
You're a brave man, Pedrick.
I chucked the
you paired one snake.
Yep, I chucked the Papuans together.
And any action?
Nothing. I mean, they're Papuans. Like, I mean, they're just kind of there, but. See, I've listened to a podcast rather than just host one, and I also like listen to when people talk, and it was always in the back of my head the Papuans go first, so I made sure they were together. Right, I put them together because then it's like I don't want them to miss, so y'all are going together.
Well, it might be good that you did. So here's a question for you. I guess. Yes. Well, no, we won't put this on the breeding episode, but maybe we'll ask.
We can discuss
their thoughts. Yeah. But do you think that the fact that we've had such a drought, right, here on the East Coast, especially the Northeast, I would say, right, for quite a while, it hasn't rained for quite a while, like months, right? It's been months. It just rained the other day.
Right. But
prior to that,
I have friends that work in forestry, and they were saying that it was extremely dangerous for a potential wildfire because all the leaves were falling off the trees and everything was so dry. It was like we were just pouring kindling. And it's like, please God, no lightning. Like, it was that kind of a thing where they were worried about that. So
I know Jersey had a ban on campfires.
Yeah,
this is kind of the campfire season type of deal,
Well, and also you're heading into
all around.
Deer season started, so all you got to have is one hunter that decides that they need to smoke a cigarette on their way out to the tree stand, flick, and then everything's just up. So fun stuff.
Nice. So I guess my question was, I've never thought about this until today. But do you think the fact that it's a drought and we just had a big storm last week, which I guess was like was that the thing that happened out on the West Coast? I don't know, whatever. It was a big storm. It was through, right?
Yeah, it was like a squall of
or something.
It was like rain and snow. I know there was a lot of it that hit.
Did you get snow?
I got some. It was nothing stuck, but I got enough to swirl around. But there was a big So I was watching the football game. It was Steelers, and I think they were playing in Cleveland. And at the second half, they were like fighting through. No, they lost because they hate me. But no, they didn't, and that's all we'll talk about.
Move on.
But next topic.
I think the Eagles did though, right?
No one cares about the fucking Eagles. That's right.
I got to take the shots where I can.
Right, Matt. I said it. I think by the end,
I shot it in there for you, Matt.
I think by the second half, it was like ankle deep snow. So I think we got that, like what was left over from that, because we got a ton of rain and some snow squall, but then it was like gone in maybe a day or two. And I actually was sitting here and I'm looking like out my window and I'm like, damn it, I should have chucked snakes together. But I'm like, it's too fucking early for that kind of talk. Like we still haven't gotten cool enough. So
well, Lisa said she put her granite and her wild-caught female together. Brandon's got his inlands going together this weekend. I guess this was sort of my thought. Like, it's such a drought, and we're about to get hit Thanksgiving with another storm.
Yep.
So do you think that the drought and then moving into the crazy weather that we're having, do you think that will be a positive impact on the animals breeding this year for us?
We talk about what, like, you know, the outside definitely does help with the dropping of temperature and snowstorms and stuff like that. But I think we still have to drop our rooms down to a certain temp. So depending on where you are in that drop, you might have a mixture of the perfect time. But if you go downstairs and start quickly unplugging things, I don't want you to like belly down, like be like, quick, the storm, damn. Like I don't really know if that's what you want to do. I will say it finally calmed down my colubrids, but they're in a different room with no heat.
Yeah, I think what I'm thinking about. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know, like I'm sort of I'm sort of being a little bit vague, man, with my idea, but like I'm thinking in terms of, you know how like we'll have those seasons where we'll be like on the like 3/4 through the season, and we'll be like, oh, this is a real shitty season, you know,
and then it'll just
like
start.
I'm not seeing a whole lot of action, you know, all this stuff. So I never thought about, I mean, I think about the weather when we're breeding, right? But I never thought about it pre or post breeding.
I think,
and how it would affect them.
I think everything I'm seeing leading up to it is good, because I want it to get cold and I want it to go a certain direction and go down and get there. And I want to say that going to where we are, where I think it's like 40s and stuff like that, is perfect. This is exactly where I want us to go. It's when we had a couple seasons where it was like 40, 70. It's like, God damn it. Like I want it to go that way. This may be a good year for us, because if we go down cold, and because there are a couple times in the last couple of years where we got like a hellish amount of rain, and all I can think about is if it had been a little bit colder, this would all be snow, and I'll be really pissed off. So I think we're heading towards one of those seasons where we could have a shit ton of snowstorms, and that's just going to lead to more breeding. So I like it. I like the idea that we're moving their way. I like the idea that the weather outside isn't giving me pause, being like, I should really stop where I'm at and wait until maybe after Thanksgiving to continue dropping. I think it's right where I want it to go. So,
All right. And, you know, I don't know if you want to share it, but do you want to share how many pairings you might have?
You know, I always want to share the pairings. At this point, because there were some late additions to the list of pairings, just by doing what we talked about, looking at the animals, I decided one or two more could go. And then I also picked up a couple more. So at this point, we have 48 pairings.
Holy shit, dude.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about this.
Pairings.
Don't you tell me the math. Don't you tell me the math. I don't want to know the math. We're not going to discuss the math. No. We don't need to discuss the math. So shut up. Stop. You're calculating. Like, don't do that. So,
oh my God, dude. Oh, you're talking mutton numbers, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's mutton numbers.
But it's 48 pairings of 26 different species.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah. we'll see how it goes.
And what did you do last year? What was your total last year?
That's an excellent question. 10 pairings. Because
You did 10 pairings last year, and you're jumping up to 50. No,
Shut
you
up.
did more than 10.
No, wait. Hold on. I did 3 Mad
Am
Hogs.
I in the Matrix? What's going on?
Shut up. 1 Blue Beauty. Stonewash. Hypos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm talking anything.
Rhinos. So that's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 7. I got 7. I think I tried 10.
So wait, maybe I'm confused. What was the season before?
Last season was I only did 1 carpet clutch last season, remember?
Last season was 7.
Right.
Or 10. You tried 10, you got 7.
Right.
The season before that was the crazy one? What was the crazy one?
That was 22 is when I got like white lips and roughies, and
it just seemed like your season never ended. You just went from one season
because then I got red line into the other one. That was it never ends now. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, dude. 50. Okay.
No, we're only at 48. I need 2 more pairs before I can do 50. Now, I will say that some of these
tempted to just send 2 pairs to you.
Shut up. You don't have those.
You do. Don't be a slacker. Come on.
Just, the thing is, some of these obviously are split pairings. Like I have to, like half the clutch would go to somebody else, or they're off with some. Like you're included in this number.
Wait. I was gonna say, come on, man. Russian Tiger's got to count for.
No, you're
49.
No, you're included in the 48. You know, the 2 Russian Tiger pairs are included in the 48. So
yeah, like Lisa said, what about the rings?
They're included in the 48 as well. I know where all my shit is. Damn it. I know where everything is. There's nobody. You're not going to surprise me with one. Come now. I just play an idiot on a podcast.
Where? I mean, I know I gave you a bunch of racks, bro. Like, come on, man. Like,
give me a bunch of what?
Racks, but I don't think you're gonna.
Yes. Like, don't. Listen, we'll deal with that. Okay. I understand. Trust me. I don't know what's wrong with me either. Like,
we start the beginning of the breeding episode saying, "Be responsible and only breed what you can keep, and make sure that you have an incubator and racks and everything to go." Right. No one says,
"Fuck that." So you are correct, but there is a thing of because I took it so light last year.
This year, yeah, okay.
I don't have that much. Like, it's not a lot of stuff going on. And then I also have a lot of wholesalers that want to buy entire clutches, and then also with other stuff like that. But you know, we also know have enough of
my entire clutches that I make.
I mean, maybe. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff. Plus, I have done well at the last couple shows, but I'm also not doing some things like, to be honest, I still have olive pythons from 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So my 2 adult, if I wanted this to be 50, I could very easily make it 50 by chucking my 2 female olive pythons on the pile, but they're not included in this because I don't need more olive pythons. Crap.
Well, we definitely can't have carpet pets and Owens.
All right, okay.
There's going to be no room for anything.
All right, so
what about double clutch? Does that count as 1 pairing or 2?
That comes
as one. That
comes as 1 pairing because it's a double clutch, so it's not like I'm putting another male in there. And my girls don't seem to double clutch because I I don't keep them together, and I don't try for double clutches. It happens, but there's usually a lot of slugs, and I usually get maybe 1 or 2 babies. And a lot of my colubrids tend to just not, so which I'm perfectly fine with. I don't want them to.
Yeah.
I did think of another pairing. I have to know if this counts. So I bought my mother a leopard tortoise because she and my stepfather have a male. Damn it.
It counts.
Right, so it's 49. So, yeah. 49.
So close.
Damn it. All right, one more.
I wonder how many. I think I have to do some intel and find out how much Nick is doing. And whatever his number is, you have to do one more than him.
One more than Nick. No, I don't want to start a fight.
One more than Nick.
He's already coming for me, because I'll tell you right now, my Dunai female looks absolutely stunning, and she is ready to roll. So, yep. No, Brandon. No. No.
That's great.
No,
today
Brandon,
in math
I don't want to
class,
talk
we're
about
going to do 49
we're not going to do that.
10.
No. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then you know what? If it's not fine, I'm not breeding in 2026. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah. I used to kind of like think about that. Like if I did too much in the one season, and then I just am afraid because I don't know, man, that one season broke me and I only did 14 clutches, and it was just like, you're saying 50. And I'm like, what?
Well, listen,
but you have a little bit of a different situation. You have a wife
a lot of clutches.
Helps you.
She didn't help for shit. I mean,
right.
She didn't help me. She's just
the sick stuff.
Exactly. It has to be broken before she'll touch it. But it's
fair enough.
I am having a dishwasher delivered tomorrow. That will.
I know. We got to talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The idea though is that what's really helped me out with a lot of shows that I've been doing is having the diversity on the table. So I'm more excited about the stuff that isn't carpet python. And I know it's a long shot to get Timors and white lips and stuff like that. I would be happy if I got the Dunai to go this year. And then the water pythons. No, I will not. No, Lisa. No one gets to see them but me. Nobody not know how. Yes, cool. I'll get pictures.
Yeah.
So
they are pretty cool.
They are. They're very pretty.
Get to it. Chop.
I mean, the male just shed, so you may be hitting me in luck. So, but the female is gorgeous. And
so do you think like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The
female.
It's the idea of, I know we talked about it before. I enjoy moving my little boulder forward of species that I have produced. This year I have, let's see, we've got the rainbow boas would be new. The Dunai would be new. Timors would be new. Angolans would be new. Arizona Mountain Kings would be new.
That's cool. You just got them, right?
Yeah. I want to say it's going to be about 5 or 6 new ones. Yeah, some of that. New shit that I want to just play with. But yeah, I got a pair of Arizona
new stuff is always fun.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it helped fuels the little fire. Water pythons. Water pythons.
Die water pythons.
Die water pythons.
Water pythons are like the IJs. The Liasis so IJ to you. I hate you.
God, I hate them so much.
I hate the brown earth tone snakes.
God, I hate
them. Damn it.
Stupid. The ugliest Liasis. But yeah, it's but now that I have a proven male, I think I'm okay. So it'd be nice to get those, and it'd be nice to just kind of tick some stuff off. So
I was talking to Chris Salemi today through Messenger, and he was asking me about reptile radio podcasts and like, can you find them anywhere? And there used to be a link that Rob had that used to be able to go and listen to it, but it disappeared. And I still have episodes on my app. Anyway, I don't even know why that's sort of how the conversation started. He was talking about reptile shows. I know Matt was saying the same thing, that that's sort of like in at least in Pennsylvania, the smaller shows are sort of, I always kind of felt this before, but I felt like they do. There's like too much, it's kind of killing it. Anyway, Selene was saying that he was at White Plains and ball pythons were buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off or something like that. I don't know if that's just the ball python world, but like, what's the feel of the market at reptile shows?
So I was at Oaks this past weekend. So Saturday was Oaks.
Okay.
I'll say that it was pretty packed. It was a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. There was only, you get to judge a reptile show of how it's doing by how many tables there have nothing to do with reptiles. So the gutter guard people were there, but that was it. It wasn't like there was the gutter guard people, the basement people, a taxidermist,
the jerky people.
Yeah, the jerky people. Like, that's when you're like, uh-oh. Like some dude selling antique toys. Like, it's in trouble when the dog bone guy is there and you're like, oh crap. Like, so there's only one. But I will say there were a bunch of adult animals. So a lot of people, I guess a lot of people are feeling the pressure. A lot of people are feeling like they got to get rid of some stuff. A lot of breeders a lot of dealers and wholesalers and stuff like that. Definitely had a lot of animals, but I can tell you straight up, going by some of the tables, people were buying things. So people were buying stuff.
So what were they buying? Was it more of the more obscure stuff? Was it something different than?
You got to think of it in a way where, and this is kind of the hard pill that I'm not sure people who breed ball pythons are ready to go with, is that the selling to build your own breeding empire is kind of going by the side. And people are now looking for an animal that they just want to get. So a lot of more of it now is the people that have always loved a labyrinth Burmese python. And now they're going to go find the best labyrinth berm. Exactly.
I love them.
So to be honest, at the show, I saw somebody buy I want to say juvenile, but it was like got to be at least 7-8 foot rock python. I saw somebody sell 2 adult berms. So it's a lot of stuff that people just wanted this animal and bought this animal. Bunch of corn snakes, white lip. I saw a bunch of people walking away with stuff. And then talking with people privately, I know that they bought, this guy I know bought a zebra. This guy I know bought a pair of diamonds. Like it's that kind of stuff where it's not. But then I also saw people walk right up to Outback at Ian and wholesale a bunch of baby, like clown something ball pythons. Because they just they were like, hey, all these at the end of the show, they're going to you. And I know a couple other people that were just wholesaling getting out. So I don't know. It's hard to put the finger on the pulse, because I feel like where some people are definitely still feeling the pinch of the economy and other things like that. And going into the holiday season, people might be trying to make a quick buck, but also, low ball on corn snakes is $60. To be honest, it just kind of seems like a lot of people are looking for a pet, not a lot of people are looking for an investment animal. And I think that reptile shows have kind of become that thing where you might get a serious contender, but a lot of that other stuff, they're going to find you online. So I don't know.
Yeah. Is it, the only advantage that I would often say a reptile show would bring would be that you don't have to worry about the shipping. You don't have to ship, you don't have to pay shipping, and you don't have the stress for the animal or yourself when you're doing the shipping. And
and
like, oh, okay. So
I met a customer at the show who purchased a stonewash and wanted to have it shipped to New Jersey. And I'm like, well, the Oaks show is coming up and you can save and just meet me there. So there are people buying. It's just that no one's kicking in your door and taking every single snake that you produce this year. So you're going to have to, be ready for that.
The market is sort of resetting or realigning, I would say.
I think it is, because the other thing is that also, everybody's still kind of feeling the pinch, but who's to say that in the next couple months, the economy's not going to take a little bit of a rebound, and then come tax return season and stuff like that. Like I kept saying, where I'm not going to breed my olive pythons this year, but if we get into springtime and I'm down to 2 olive pythons, I might chuck mine together.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would if, I don't know. It's, I just feel, I guess, like for me, I used to feel like I had my finger on the pulse of it, and I just don't anymore. And I don't know if I even care if that matters. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I don't know. I guess like maybe because I'm not really selling anything, it just doesn't really fade. Like, not that I shouldn't say I don't care, but I'm not like the sky is falling type of thing. But I have seen some people like that.
Well,
like as of recent.
Whenever something doesn't immediately sell, people start screaming the sky is falling. And you got to understand is that you cannot base what happens this season on what happened last season. Oh, there we go. Okay. And yes, Robert, I do see Gila breeders at Hamburg. His name is Eric Kohler, and I see him a lot. And he's quite, See, if you want
Kohler,
Gilas,
forgot about that, Robert.
And he also does beadeds with Bruce. So if you want beadeds or Gilas, you talk to Kohler. Yes, I see Eric Kohler. I can't not see Eric Kohler. So yeah, but that would be my go-to. I keep trying to tempt him. I offered him roughies for Gila monsters, and I almost had him. So
does he have roughies?
No. That's why I tried.
He didn't want them? He didn't want them?
I don't know. I tried. He just did because he sells the Gilas, and I think that the Gilas sell very, very well. So I didn't know if he didn't want to.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah,
he needs the cash more than he needs.
That's why I said like it was this close. Like I almost had him. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll have to talk to Kohler at one point.
Is there anybody setting up at shows that are doing like the 3D perch printing things?
No, and they piss me. No, they print the stupid fucking toys.
But not the reptile shit.
No, it's like, look at this dragon. Like dumb. I just want a perch. It's just, there's I think one guy who comes out with the 3D printed things you can do for like gecko bowls. But that's it. Like, and I see there's like 3 or 4 tables full of these 3D printed like axolotls. Like, are you kidding me? Like, just you can do your toys, but put something over here that's the perches. Like, come on.
Is it? Heli Guy Serpents.
Yeah.
He did this design. I think Riley was showing it off or something in the video, but it's. Lisa hates the toys too.
Yeah,
right?
That's why we don't like them. Yeah.
So what he did was in his design is that he had a hide. So he had the regular perch that you would put in the tub with the water bowl that would sit in the thing. You know what I mean? Like that with the X and all that stuff. But at the back of it, underneath, he put a hide.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking genius.
I love it. That's great.
That's a really great idea.
Right. And I would love to see that at a reptile show. You know, that if there was a table of that, I'd be happy.
Sorry for the cursing. I just came from work and
I don't give a shit.
Philly's a rough.
So
it's a rough town.
But the thing is
get out of the mines.
Just retire at this point.
But good God.
What's hilarious is that I've started to add, because I told you I went through my shed and I found a ton of scrap PVC. And I've just started adding shelves in my snake cages, which is hilarious because several of the snakes don't give a shit about it. But then like my Brisbane female was like on it. And I'm like, I put it in there. I closed the door. I walked away. She was curled up on top of it. And I'm like, well, all right. So I love that idea of putting those things in there. And I would love, I'm looking at adding ceiling hides to everything. Like I want to put shelves and ceiling hides.
I think you were saying that on the breeding show, right?
Yeah, I am. It's going to happen because my female Duneye, my female blackface white lip, they both have ceiling hides and they never come out of them. And it's like, okay, so if I can give you a floor hide, the top of a bin, a shelf, and a ceiling hide, and you can pick wherever you want to go, I'm all for that.
I kind of feel like almost like it would be a neat idea. You know, I'm thinking of like the reed stacks, right? And if you kind of did it on either on the bottom or the top, but you sort of like gave that space in between so that they could kind of jam themselves in there so you don't have like a fully enclosed hide. However, they could move up and down and sort of get a, maybe offer a little bit of a gradient per se that they you know what I mean? Because like in a tub, sometimes it's hard to get the gradient, but maybe you could get a little more.
Well, I liked that,
like this would say, climates.
Well, Jason Earl had a ceiling hide attached to a shelf. So he had a shelf in a cage, and then the ceiling hide wasn't on the ceiling, it was on the bottom of the shelf. And I like that because then it can kind of figure out where it wanted to go. And it wasn't like you have this, death from,
Congrats,
look at that.
Jason.
Yeah. All righty.
Yeah, nice.
So, God, granddaughter, Jesus. So, but it's kind of like the idea. I like that idea for white lips because then it's not death from above. So I have my black face white lip, and her cage is above my head, and then her ceiling height is higher. So that's she and I have wonderful times together. So I like the idea of doing that, and I like the idea of giving more versatility. I'm trying to put ceiling hides in with like the olive pythons and my white lips and other things like that. Because again, it would just be one other place that they can go where they could either thermoregulate, feel comfortable, and not freak the hell out. So I'm totally cool with that.
Sorry, my work was texting me as me.
Well, that's the other thing too, is I wanted to go get a bunch of scrap PVC because I thought about it. I thought about putting PVC tubes like just on the ground inside the cages.
Right.
But I keep taking the roll, the cardboard roll from the craft paper.
Paper towels.
No, the craft paper.
Oh, okay.
Like the big roll.
Yeah,
I'll cut it in half and throw that in there. And I like that better because if it gets too gungy, I just throw it out. So, but I don't know. I'm getting a new toy tomorrow, so I don't know what my things are going to be. So
so tell them about your new addition that you're adding. No, it's not a reptile, but it will make reptile life much easier.
Well, we'll do that better. So, I think I've talked about it a couple times. I do ceramic and plastic bowls. I don't do the PVC pipe thing and the plastic cup that I know you and a couple other people do. So what I've done is I usually wash them. Usually it's about once a week. It's washing and scrubbing bowls and stuff like that. At the zoo that I worked for, we had what's called a portable dishwasher, where it's exactly like it sounds. It's a dishwasher that you can click into any faucet, and it will run the dishwasher, and it will, draw water from the faucet, and also it has a pipe for all the excess in the rinse and stuff like that. And I always thought about getting one, and these Black Friday deals just so happened to have one that was included on Amazon, so I jumped on it. So it's a full dishwasher that is on wheels that I can plug into my sink in my snake room. And now,
so let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So when you're dealing with food, right?
Yeah.
And you have a dishwasher, you have to get it to a certain temperature, and you don't have to use any kind of detergent because the temperature kills any of the issue. Is that your approach with this?
No,
you're going to go with some type of soap.
Yeah, but I'm going to get like the cheapest Walmart brand soap. Like it doesn't need to be perfect here. It's just got to be clean. So I don't think we have to
I was just wondering if you were worried about anything like, I don't know, chemical residue or anything like that.
I mean, I soak the bowls.
I guess you're washing it with.
Yeah, I soak the bowls in Dawn and bleach at least once every other week. So nothing's died yet. Okay. So of that, things have definitely died, but it's not from that. So
not from the bowls.
Not from the bowls, but I like it because a lot of baby bins, I can run through those. A lot of the 3D perches and stuff like that, I could run through those. The bowls, I can even stack adult bowls and stuff like that. Because that's the other thing is I do ceramics and plastic all the way through. The only thing that would not be able to go in there is like the big litter pan and bowls and soaking bins and stuff like that, which is fine. I now have time to scrub those because I'm doing everything else. A machine is doing my work for me. So,
Owen has embraced future AI.
Yeah. Listen, I for one welcome our new robot overlords. So it's the idea of making it easier for myself. So
sure,
there was a couple points
that would
like
be. Okay. There's a couple points. No.
Well, it's like it was like I could have done this. I could have bought more of these. I could have just sat on it. The freezer's full.
Right.
We're going into a point where everything's kind of cool. I sold a couple more snakes, so why not? And this thing I don't need to have a permanent spot for this thing. I could literally wheel it out of a closet, plug it in, let it run, and I work from home. So if I wanted to fill that thing and start it in the morning, unload it at lunch, load it back up with more stuff, by the time I'm done with work, all I got to do is fill bowls with water and put them back in the cages. Then I have more time for feeding, cleaning, fucking around, not being in the snake room. Like it's just a lot of that kind of stuff.
Pay attention, people. You're learning a lot of the secrets.
You got damn it.
A peek behind the curtain. A peek behind the curtain of the McIntyre empire.
Yeah. It was either that or I needed to hire a teenager to scrub everything for me. And those are annoying.
You're at that point.
No, I'm not doing it.
You're at that point.
No, I refuse.
No. I know you bought
I will automate everything before I have somebody else come in here. So
remember, what was his name? Remember Greg Stevens, I think was his name. He was the chondro guy that used to have the cages to where every cage had drains in the bottom of it. So he would just like squirt it out every day and it would just drain down. And he had it like all plumbed out. So where it's like he never had to worry about like cleaning cages without it.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. I
take the chondro perch out, squirt it down, put it back.
But do you remember when we see people over the years who are like, I've designed my snake room, and you see the people who are like it's like Ryan, where it's like a new snake building. I have stainless steel cabinets and a giant slop sink. It's like, oh yes, right, yeah, okay. But then you watch somebody else where it's like, this is where I put my 3 big screen TVs so I can be down. What are you doing? Like that's space. You could have racks that those TVs are going in. And also, what are you doing? Like, it's making it easier. Like I remember when I first moved in here, I didn't have the sink, and I had to fill up water jugs either outside or
I think
upstairs.
I got the sink.
Yeah, you got the sink, and I'm like,
you were like,
fuck this.
I need a sink.
I need a sink. I got the sink installed, and then I'm like, screw this. I need a hose. Oh my God, that was so much better. And then adding that kind of stuff helps. It's like how I go to a show and I think I need this, this, and this. And then by going to a show, I know that I also need these things, or I need this. I got a new hand truck for shows. It's a flatbed.
Oh shit.
So usually I would get a hand truck and it would fold out and it would be almost look like a furniture dolly. Like it was like one you would tilt back. I hate that because I'm carrying $800 worth of acrylic on a thing that collapses in on it. No. This is a flatbed. It's a flat thing with a bar that folds. So when I open it up, it's like this. And it came with a cargo net so I can put my displays and all my shit, and then I can hook it, and it's all under this net, and ain't nobody moving, and then everything goes out, because a lot of times I'm the only guy at the show for my table, and it always freaks me out to take everything out to the car and leave like on the last display that I couldn't fit on the truck on the table as everybody's packing up.
Right.
So let's
here we go.
Good question. And it's the for anybody who's not watching us, you might be listening. It's the did I cool my Brisbanes colder than my coastal carpet pythons in order to get them to breed? No, I didn't. They didn't get any colder than any of my other coastals or carpets. Carpets kind of all do the same. So
yeah, except for probably you don't. Well, you do Brettles the same, right? You just do it at a different time.
I don't count Brettles as carpets. Like carpets are like jungles, coastals, and
how
like
dare you?
It's Morelia bredli. It's its own species. Thank you, sir. So
I I wonder.
Hmm.
So I guess because they're further south, is that the thinking that why that the Brisbanes would need to be colder? I would think.
But are they?
That's
But I
probably
wouldn't
like,
imagine.
because I don't know. And again, this is just one day that I was there for a few hours, but it was freaking cold in
I
Sydney,
understand
man.
that, but
And we were coming into springtime, and it was not that cold at the same time in Brisbane. It was more like more summertime. But
I understand that. But the thing is that when we sit here and we say that Brisbane's have to be treated differently than the American coastals, and if you notice, I said American coastals because there's Brisbane in there. Like there's, depending on what else you're breeding, another normal coastal or northern coastal has Brisbane in it because we have the mixes of all that stuff. So,
anything that's a jag has Brisbane in it.
Exactly. So I bred jags numerous times. Everything goes the same.
Right.
So,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know. If I guess we'll see.
I didn't do it any different.
The one for me, the one standout for me is the inlands. Like, to me, that's the one that I think about. Are they different? Are they not different? Does it not matter because they're in captivity? Depends on who you're talking.
Well, and also it's all right. Could you have success doing it one way, but would you have continued success?
It's 35 Celsius today in Sydney.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
now we know. Yeah.
What the hell? Siri's telling me the
oh yeah, I told you what it was.
The weather in Sydney.
Now we know. Yeah. So
I don't know.
Shut up.
I can't
Siri.
stop it.
Yeah.
They heard that you wanted the robots to take over. They're going to fire us and take over. Oh yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
There's the Nick.
Yeah, clearly.
Speaking of Nick, I got a question.
What do you do?
This is a carpet python related
question. Are we
question.
fighting Nick?
No, it's not. He didn't.
All right.
No, he didn't do anything.
Right.
Just because it gets that cold doesn't mean that they have to get that cold.
It all depends, and it's all different. And here's the thing: I didn't need
talk
to
about this in the breeding episode. Didn't we?
We did, and
didn't
also like I didn't need to drop my Brisbane, but somebody else might, depending on where they are and what's going on and what the hell their Brisbane needs. So, I did not.
Lisa's talking about. Lisa's talking about Rick Shine describing the Northern Territory and how hot it was. Good God,
it was bad. It sucked.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was the hottest place I've ever been in my entire life. That was absolutely the hottest I've ever experienced.
I love it. You're like, it was terrible. It was hot. I love it. I can't wait to go back. It's like, well, all right. So
I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I do.
No, I mean, I do. Yeah. I do like the heat, but it was just hot, you know?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it was bad. It's just, it was
hot, but it's a fact. Yeah.
So back to the Nick thing. So Nick posted up a picture of a Palmerston jungle that was like almost completely striped. Did you see this one? Did you see this picture?
Did. Did he do that thing where he's like, I guess I'll have to start calling them tigers now?
Yes. I think that's a bad move.
He did it again.
I think it's a bad move.
He did that with the Darwins.
I think it's going to confuse people. You also, this is the other thing I was thinking about. You also have the Australian hobby that already has a thing called tiger jungles. You know that somebody is going to mistake tiger jungles from Australia with tiger jungles in America or the UK or anywhere outside of Australia. Let's say.
The issue I have with it
just call them straight jungles. Why does it have to be a tiger? I don't get it.
And it's not. All it does is combine the problems that we have with coastal, because not every striped coastal is a tiger. And that is something that I don't think people don't understand that. Just because it's got a stripe doesn't mean it's a tiger. That's something like how do I know you're initiated in carpets? When you've learned that fact, that not every striped carpet at a show is a tiger.
I don't know how to. Let me see if I can say this right without. I
Well,
think
here's the
thing that I'm sort of struggling with the reptile hobby as of late, for me personally, is this idea. I just feel like the hobby has become about making this mark by like it's not, it's about the people now and not about the animals anymore. That I don't know. I it just feel like I've sort of like taken a step back. Maybe it's just because I'm just, I don't know. This is a rough time of year for me or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like sometimes I get in my own head, but I just like the whole idea of this, like we're gonna call this like another morph and it's gonna confuse people. Like, why not just call it a striped jungle or striped Darwin or a stripe? It's a stripe. Right. I don't, is it I mean, I'm not saying that I understand where Nick's coming from with it. I do, and I'm not, like I mean, I get his idea, but I almost feel like it's this thing because this coastal was called a tiger by somebody else. I now have to make sure that I am one that named it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's this race to be like, I'm the guy that named it this. I'm the guy that named it that. And it's like, I just don't care about
the issue I have is that I remember when he did it with the Darwins, and it's because he had striped Darwins, and people kept asking them if they were tiger Darwins. So he put that out there as, I guess I'm going to have to call him a tiger, as kind of.
I thought that might not have been a good idea. I thought that would have been a good idea.
I originally thought he did it as a jab, as the not everything striped is a tiger. Right. And then I think people ran with it, and he just got tired of correcting them. And it's like, all right, whatever. But for him to do it again, it's like, what are you doing? It's just call it what it is. It's a stripe.
It's a striped jungle. Like
it's a striped jungle. It's okay to be a striped jungle. Like I understand that anybody who buys it secondhand or anybody who gets a stripe carpet is going to just call it a tiger because they don't know any better.
And then that's, I don't understand why you would like name something the same thing. And I just don't. If we're already having a trouble with like the new person coming in is looking at carpet pythons and they're like, what's this one? And what's this one? And what's this one? And what's this one? And when you have 3 different subspecies that are called tigers, the average person is going to think they're the same thing, different colors or something like that.
Well, or what's going to happen? What he does now is that if he does that now, if he calls them tiger jungles, saying tiger palm,
let's say, in fairness, let's say, I'm not saying that Nick is calling it. He sort of said, should we call them tiger? Like he didn't say that he is.
I don't know if he's just retreading the same thing as trying to jab it.
Yeah, maybe he did.
But but it ran away from him the first time. Again, it ran away from him the first time. It's like, what's he gonna do now? It's like, so what I
killer deer jungles.
I like Okapi. So I like the Okapi jungle. But the issue is that if you do this.
Yes, originality. I like it.
Yeah, if you have another subspecies that is a striped tiger, the stripe is a tiger. What you've done now is that anything striped in any subspecies is a tiger. You've just made it that way. If you do it, that's what happens. So if we ever get a fully striped inland, it's just going to automatically be a tiger inland.
Yeah.
And that's not accurate.
I think the other complexity that you have is that Australian breeders have already bred jungles that are striped that they've called tigers.
Right.
Now you have that. So like, it's not like in the past where it's like, if you went on to Morelia Forum, you're going to be exposed to some of Australia's hobby, but they're more probably on the old days on the Australian herp forum. Right. And then now you have it to where we're all kind of blended together. right? So you see tiger jungles from Australia, and they're freaking amazing, right?
But that goes back to, if there's already striped jungles on this planet that are called tigers, I think the cat's already out of the bag.
And yes, this is another great point. Now you further questions on pure. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a bad call. Just call it striped jungles. Why does it have to be this, like this buzzword name that's like gonna try? I don't know. It just feels cheap to me. Feels like a cheap, like I'm trying to use car salesman type of gimmick.
Well, what the problem is that you're gonna have an issue. So if he takes his striped jungles and calls them tiger stripes jungles, I've produced striped jungle animals. Normally they're from shut up. You gotta let me get it. You gotta let me get there. It's fine. Just I have produced striped jungle-esque animals because they come from pairings I've done with jungle jags and striped jungle-esque animals.
Right.
If you start throwing in that everybody wants these tiger stuff, all you gotta have is somebody take a striped jungle that's from a coastal jag pairing kind of thing, and it's a tiger jungle. Of course it is. Like that's the problem. So now I don't know if he's doing it to try to set aside that these are pure striped jungles. Now I don't understand why he has to do that, especially because they already come from. You said they're Palmersons?
Palmersons, yeah. They're
just
beautiful.
call them Palmerson stripes. Holy shit, I figured it out.
They're beautiful. I mean, from where they came from to what he's done with those, it's just amazing.
But they're already Palmerston jungles are already their own thing. They're already far off over here, as opposed to other jungles that don't have a locality. So why not just call them Palmerston stripes?
Sure. Yeah.
Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? It's already rolling. It's fine.
This is why I brought this up.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
This is why I brought this up.
You brought this up to piss me off. That's what you did.
I don't know. I guess it feels like marketing gimmicky kind of, right?
And but you had to understand.
And I get that to a certain extent.
We are victims of this kind of shit. Like, I mean, and this stuff has been going on forever. And we can look back in the annals of carpet history and be like, yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
What's an ornate jag?
Well, yeah.
It's a busy pattern jaguar that nobody wanted. Like, it's what it was.
Hold on. I'm going to give you some pushback here.
All right,
going Reptile Fight Club style. You have to remember back then.
I knew
they were the first. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. All right.
When you're first producing animals, right?
Yes.
Like it's brand new. It's a new morph. It's a new whatever locality, look, whatever phenotype, whatever you want to say, right? Okay. So let's not even use carpets. Let's use water pythons.
No, I want to use carpets because that's where all my arguments are, and that's where I will win. So
let's just use water pythons for just a second.
God damn it! All right.
So you breed these water pythons, and out pops this one that is like super light. What do you call it? What are you going to call it?
A water python.
Bullshit.
It's a water python.
Your tub, you're going to
It is a water python.
You're going to put little parentheses.
I will start. You're going to say because it's pretty. But no, that is a water python. But
it's just the name.
Get away from it too far.
No, it's just the name that you're using to sort of differentiate this from this.
But this
was in the same clutch.
Yeah,
I'm going to call this because it looks different. But I'm not saying by putting this name on. So, but again, I'm going back in time. We're not talking about today. We're talking back in time. So when, these, whether it was Yasser, whether it was, who was the other one? John Eric, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even there you go. A silver bellied water python, right? What are you going to call that? You're going to say silver belly, right? You're not going to be like, oh, these are all the same.
You're going to call it an exanic, and you're going to try to prove it is what you do.
Correct. You're going to put it in a box,
but
you don't send it to somebody else and say, I can't do this because I can't do it.
I'm going to kill it. No, the problem is that when there was the breedings, it was always trying to find the edge of why you would buy something from somebody else. No, I veto this, Lisa, immediately.
Yes.
So it's
good call, Lisa.
the problem is that obviously and this is kind of why we preach you got to figure out what it is before you run around and start screaming from the mountaintops that you got a new morph. But I think a lot of times with carpet python, because they were so variable in the beginnings, we had a lot of shit that didn't stick because it wasn't fucking real.
Correct. Banana jag.
You got to understand.
Jag.
When
red hypo jag. Remember how
when I bought Talon was a red hypo jaguar. There was nothing red nor hypo about him.
Yes.
But he produced reds if bred to the right female.
See, me and Aaron are on the same page. He's doing the same thing with his diamond pythons this year, but he's not throwing it out there for everyone, just himself. So like, I'm not talking about like I'm not going to Morph Market and put it up and saying, look at this. It's a caramel water python. We know those idiots, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
inside collection voice and outside collection voice. Don't say the inside collection voice outside. Yes, I understand.
It's like with poison ivy stuff. Yes. I don't know whether or not it's melanistic. The ones I have sure are dark, but like I can't say that it's a melanistic gene. But when I'm talking about it, the only way for me to talk about it is to say, well, it's a melanistic maybe thing. I don't know. It's a dark IJ or whatever. I'm not just saying, oh, these are IJs. There's something different about it. But I'm not marketing it as that, but I'm still calling it. So like maybe 20 years from now, if it proves out to be something, or maybe if it doesn't, they're going to be like, remember when Eric said he had those
but
melanistic
it's not that way.
IJs?
But was that? We're a step in. So we already have a Jag.
Yes.
But now what you're doing is trying to find a label for it that makes it different than the other. Because you got to understand is at the time, people had Jags and then people had Tiger Jags, and everybody wanted Tiger Jags that had those bald backs. So an ornate Jag was just a Jag that had more saddles. Oh, Jesus Christ. And nope. So I
love how he keep putting them up and no one's
just taking them down, just like, knocking them down, just overcross.
That's coming off.
it's the problem is that the saddles would sometimes cross the spine, and that's what they called an ornate. But,
yeah, sure.
But it didn't affect anything. It was just a Jag that you bred to a heavy patterned other animal. So
remember, what was it? What did they remember the whole SIB thing and
exactly.
That's all to me, that's all the same thing. It's like, okay, I know coastal carpets to be, I think of like the 4 pictures I saw back then of a wild coastal carpet. And I was like, well, these look like they just got dug out of the ground. Like they're just brown and dirty and they just look like dirt. They need a good shed, whatever it would be. And then all of a sudden you breed the Jag to a coastal and out pops this like, whoa, what is that? Whether it's the red thing or whether it's, bright yellow or whatever it is, there's something different about it. Even if it's not real, like if it's not like a genetic thing, it's still, there's something about that you want to, in your inside herp voice, you want to say that, this is, what did you say? Ornate Jag or whatever.
Ornate Jags.
Yeah.
That's what they used to be. It was ornate Jags. And those just fell by the wayside. They just became Jags. I've hatched heavy pattern Jags. Just the Jags.
Yes. Yeah.
And now,
because usually they're very reduced in pattern. Right. But every once in a while,
you get a heavy pattern
one,
but it's
you're
still
like,
just a Jag.
You're like, you've ever had those where you hatch it out and you're like, I think it's a Jag.
I think it's a Jag. It looks like a Jag.
And then you're like, nah, it's not a Jag. And then all of a sudden, like a week later, you see it flipped upside down.
It's a Jag.
You're like, oh yeah, it's a Jag.
Yeah, it's a Jag. Yeah. But there's other aspects to it. And obviously, as we move further away from the original line animals,
sure,
things get refined and things get better where you can start picking it apart.
Right.
Where because you're putting, at least in my own collection, when I put caramel to caramel and stuff like that, and we're like doubling down on caramels, I still get non-caramels in the clutch, but they're so easy to pick out now. Right. Where the first clutch of caramels, I was like, I have no fucking idea what's happening in the spin. Right. Like, and now it's just like you.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. I mean, especially like breeding certain morphs, there was things that popped out. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is what it's like to do world's first. It's cool looking and stuff, but like at the same time, I'm like, I don't know what to call it. Like,
So,
what do I call it? If I go and post it up online to show people, what do I say it is? You know,
I don't know. It's that kind of stuff where. So I know that people are talking. Like I think Brandon brought it up about the silver bellied water pythons.
right?
I've seen them.
Okay.
And I know of somebody who's working with them, and it's one of those where, what would you call it? Well, it's probably Xanic because of
Possibly, yeah.
possibly,
All right.
but you got to reproduce it. You got to breed it to a normal water python and see what you get.
I got to be honest, man. Why? Okay, fair enough.
I know.
To everybody,
I know.
to each
I know.
their
I
own.
know.
But like,
I know.
Me, one of the coolest thing about the water python
is its
the
bright ass
orange
belly.
and
I know.
belly,
If you take its if you take its belly and make it gray, like I don't understand the point.
It was
of
like the whole Timor python when the Xanic one. Remember
yeah,
when
it was
Chad
gray,
brought it?
and I
It
don't
was
like it. Don't like it.
I don't know, Chad. I'm not
I'm
like,
I'm
happy
this.
for you
Yeah.
that you have it, but like,
But I don't know. I like this.
I'm not.
It'd be like, what was the? I think at one point there was a melanistic ring python. I'm like, so it's all black? Like I don't like. I kind of like the point of a ring python is I kind of like the contrast. I kind of like the color. So olive mutations, yeah. I think somebody asked me once, what would I do with a melanistic olive? I'm like, I don't know. It'd just be dark, and I don't think I'd like it. So,
oh, he's calling the exam. Yeah, that's a good one, Brandon.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my one topic that I had was the tiger jungle. Should we?
Yeah.
Should we not?
I
was saying that can call Rusty Red Popwin a red Popwin, and I said Nipper will be upset.
Nipper already doesn't believe the carpets can be red.
Actually,
yeah,
Popwin carpets are red when they hatch out.
Oh, goody!
Like, I don't.
Yeah.
Yes, they are actually red. They're not like
Are they Nipper red?
They're Nipper red.
Okay.
They're breadlie red.
Okay. So brown.
I know you don't know what they look like.
I do, you dick.
Because
I've
you
seen
haven't
them hatch at your house. So
you haven't seen them yet. I know, but I want you to be prepared. You're used to those gray, ugly worms
to be prepared
that pops out. So when they come out of the egg and you're just overcome with, oh my God, these things are so amazing.
The second those
I know Eric was right all this time.
The second they hatch, you're getting 4 new goddamn popwoods. 4. All of them had granite for some reason. So,
I can show this picture. Hold on. I did have a cool
carpet picture.
I had 2 pictures. Yeah, I had 2 of them.
Did Nick put up that? Did Nick put up that striped Palmerston with like a bunch of other animals too? Because I saw one where he had like that.
No,
I think it was an Xanic.
He did an amazing shot where he had like all these different carpet pythons in a bucket. And the thing I said to him, I was like, "Where were this for the
it was the calendar
contest?"
Dude.
And it's like, "Oh, I forgot." Wait, hold on. I have to do the Lucas voice. Oh, I forgot about it. Rage. Wait, I thought you would get a kick out of this, Owen. I saw this the other day, and it cracked me up. Maybe let's see. No. Oh, I guess I can't. Oh man, you son of a bitch! I can't share it like that.
Really?
Oh, that's some bullshit. Yeah. I guess I have to download it. I don't know.
That's just mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a really good cover shot for the calendar.
Jesus. Well, he also put up like a super caramel het Xanic. Dear God.
Yeah. He put up some nice ones for sure. Let me see if I can. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Why can't I share this time? Something's weird. Like I have a setting or something that's
here, we'll do
off.
I'll throw this up here while you're talking.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That is a super hypo Xanic. My God. So that's a Would you call that a ghost? Yeah.
What is it? Hold on, let me go back.
Super hypoexanic.
Super. Yeah, that would be a true ghost.
That's a true ghost. Wow.
Not like the old-fashioned ones.
Not like the shit I'm dealing with. Yeah. So, wow, that's pretty.
What do you think adding caramel in there would do?
I don't know, because the other thing is that
even grayer or what?
I don't know.
Lighter?
I don't know. I might make it lighter. It might not, I don't know what it would do, and I'm not sure I want to really kind of play with that, because I kind of feel like a caramel exanic has been annoying the shit out of me. So I don't know if I want to play with that anymore. But he got his freak. I had the problems with that one girl, just wouldn't freaking breed. I had it. Yeah, I had it mixed with a couple caramel things. Right now, I currently have exanic tigers that I like, and I have those. I produce those, but I don't know if I really want to go play with them over in the caramel area. I almost want to just keep refining exanic tigers and play with them over here. That being said,
who was the one that had the exanic tiger in the calendar contest that we almost?
I don't know, but I think Riley produced it.
Oh, Riley produced that.
I think Riley produced it. Yeah. That was nice. And I think there are nice exanic tigers. And of course, I'm saying this, that I don't want exanic tiger to play with anything else other than itself. And I have a really nice hypo jag. No, she's not a jag. I keep thinking she's a jag. There's no jag in her. She's just a really nice hypo. So do I want to take that hypo and throw it to my exanic tiger boy? I also have an exanic jag male. So I know. I didn't know Nick got his African rock. I'm sorry. I didn't go Nick got your African rock pythons to breed.
Seems to be my history.
You just send them to somewhere else.
Sell them to people, and then they breed them.
I at least give you some back.
Somehow I don't have this breeding thing figured out. I think I'm doing something wrong, Owen.
I sent it back. Like, I gave you some hypos. It's just
I think I'm doing something wrong.
If anybody was wondering about the Palmerston, there it is. Jesus,
did you find
Christ.
it? Okay.
Yeah. Holy shit.
It's nice, right?
Yeah.
It's freaking insane. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like,
it's good as is. Just call it a striped Palmerston. It's good as is. There's no reason to throw a tiger thing at it.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
That's no. Maybe I should just I don't know why I'm having trouble with this.
I don't know what you're doing. It's not working.
I guess I'm breaking shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Now I think I may have figured it out. Let's see. Hopefully it works. Share screen window. Nope. Sure enough, didn't work.
Nope. Didn't work.
Okay. I'm sending it to you. You can share it. All right.
Okay. What are you? Is it an email? What's going on here?
No. I'm going to send it to you in the messenger.
All right. Yeah. I have all the host powers today.
I see that. Maybe that's the problem. All right. So this was an inland I wanted to share. This is a Darwin I wanted to share. And this is a pretty funny picture.
Okay. There you go. I will go to the
whatever suits your fancy to do first.
All right. Well, let's go with this.
Excellent.
Yep. Hold on.
Yes. Inland carpet. So yeah, this is the wild carpet that I wanted to talk about.
I can't make it any bigger. Wait.
Yeah, zooming in.
Trying to.
Rob, I think it was Rob Valentin and Marty found this amazing inland carpet. Look at the red on that thing.
Yeah, hold on. I think I got to open it up in a new tab.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's cool too.
There we go. Better.
There you go. See the red? Holy shit, man. Look at that.
Dear God.
Or what would you call it? Sorry, Nipper. Brick?
Yeah, what would you
Mud
brick? I don't know.
Brick?
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
But they were saying about where this inland was found is like they had
Look at
a
the water.
terrible feral cat problem.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Hell.
I have I've been going through I've been working behind the scenes. I after Thanksgiving's over, I'll have a lot more time to finish it up. But I have one of the things that I did when we were in Australia is I took some video of like carpet python habitat and like where they've been found with pins and stuff. So I thought like for people that might be trying to do naturalistic enclosures or something like that, what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
And they were right by Cahill's Crossing. So you got that if they're always by water.
Yeah.
They're trees and water, man.
It's almost like they need water to live. Weird.
Yeah. Weird. So yeah, that was a beautiful inland carpet that those guys found. And then we have the Darwin carpet from the Natural Herb Keeper, which is holy shit. The color on this thing is nuts. Yeah, exactly.
Holy balls. Yeah, hold on.
Darwin, you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure everybody's seen this picture, but to me it was amazing. Just
this is the one, right?
Like the color on that. Yes.
Are you sure? Are you sure this is the Darwin? I mean, or is this some other bullshit?
I'm pretty sure.
Also, I don't understand why is it sitting on these wonderful smooth rocks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
They almost don't look like eggs.
Wow.
I haven't heard anything on that.
The melanistic inland,
Brandon.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody still working on it, but
I love this face here. I love this. This is
yes.
Yes. Come on.
Isn't it great? Like popping up, like
just watching.
That's a FAFO type of situation.
Oh, you want these? Okay, if you can get them. Yeah. Okay.
Take a shot.
Yeah. You're going. Yeah. You're only gonna
Brandon,
get one.
I forgot. Brandon, I don't know if I actually told you this, but I got a pair of reduced pattern Darwins.
Yes. Yes.
They're getting some size. Oh yeah, man. I'm so pumped about this.
Pumped.
Really
I think I know why you did this last picture, but okay. It's
what?
The kangaroos are just years that went to prison. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much what they are. They're just the kangaroos are just the deer of that area. But yeah.
I just saw that. Yeah.
That thing would kill you. That thing would beat you to death. This is why you don't. It's why I worry about you going into Australia without me. What would you do against this?
I want to see Nick fight that. Nick's the only one that's as jacked as that kangaroo.
Yeah, the only one who actually give it a chance. Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, you're gonna go. Yeah, is it gonna go next year? Nice. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know he had him either, but I saw that he posted them up, and it was in the NPR chat, and I'm like, okay, I got to get those. Dear Warren.
In. Yep. Dear Warren.
Yep.
Cool.
But yeah, that's
fun. I gotta get you producing more because then maybe I can produce less and I can just take your stuff, and sell it.
Well, hopefully I have a good season this year. I got that, dude. I would love that. I don't like selling.
I mean, you just get me some diamonds, get me some Russian reds, and then you can, and then I will give you back het granite IJs after I'm done with them. So,
oh wow! Thank God.
We'll give them
sell the diamonds and give me back a het granite.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wow. Just
thank you so much.
I do that because we're friends. Yeah.
What am I gonna do with all the process? I can't take it. I mean,
look at all these granites.
It's overwhelming, man. I think I'm gonna cry. I don't know what to do. The feelings are overwhelming me.
I know. It'll pass. It's okay.
Yeah. No, only 2 came out reduced. Brandon, only 2. The pair that.
I always liked those, even when Todd first got them. I or produced them. I always liked those reduced pattern Darwins, but we didn't call them Tiger Darwins.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
We called them what they were. Their pattern was reduced. So we
it was the pattern was reduced. It was a reduced pattern. Yeah.
We can't all be cool like the ball python kids and name them all kinds of weird names like Bumblebee and
the nanny. Yeah, I don't. It's yeah.
What's that one that just came out? Is it the Kraken? No, not the.
No, really.
What was it?
Come on.
No. I'm trying to think of the one. It's actually a beautiful snake. It's like it's a clown and a spot nose and I don't even know. Maybe I don't even know.
I don't.
You remember that one? No, Pompeii. That's what he called it. Pompeii.
Oh, it's probably a magma and something. I don't.
Yeah, see? You're getting sucked in.
Why am I talking about this?
Right. No, the parents weren't reduced. I think one was reduced. Yeah, one was reduced and one was
only
normal.
One was reduced and then the other one went through. So
I think the name came from the mom being reduced. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I guess what do you want to wrap it up there? Are we good?
Yeah, an hour 20.
Yell at each other some more or what?
Yeah, I gotta I gotta clean some snakes, and then if I die tomorrow, avenge me. So
I will. And in all your glory, I promise.
Thank you, as you should.
Also, you will not die tomorrow.
Well,
you have 50 clutches to get to this year, and you're only at 49.
You're gonna have to keep up with my breeding season as well. Yeah.
You got some thinking to do. You got to pull one more clutch out of your.
God, my freaking ride back is Jim. So,
oh God,
he's gonna hit every goddamn pothole and do all that fun stuff, and I'm just gonna want to kill him.
There it is. Lucas came in. Spot nose, yellow belly, red stripe, black pastel clown.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, that's a beautiful snake, though.
It probably is. So
next week. To be released on next Tuesday, we're going to have the breeding season episode part 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Keith and Dominic that joined us. And, I thought we had a good combo. And I thought that I just love how Keith thinks outside the box on things.
Yeah.
He really brings like an awesome element to it. But we have that. And then I think maybe there's a show. And then there's the, what do you call it? The holiday show, and then we're out for the year.
We're out for the year. Yeah.
I do have I guess when Owen is back up to snuff, maybe Monday when we record, or maybe we can do it Sunday. I do have a Morelia minutes.
Yep.
I put together a list of all of the weird things that carpet pythons have eaten, because when I was away in Australia, this carpet python and platypus thing came up. So we'll talk about that. You know what I mean? We haven't talked about that, so we're going to talk about that on Morelia Minutes.
Okay.
But there's like a carpet python and a fox. There's a carpet python and just crazy eggs, fish, bats.
Yeah.
All kinds of crazy stuff.
The tennis shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that. And it'll be 3 months, December 5th. Oh, okay. All right. For us, you can check out our sponsor of Carpets and Coffee is Cold Blooded Caffeine. They have the NPR blend and plus a whole bunch of other blends. I think they just brought out their Nicaraguan. I can never say that word.
Nicaraguan.
Yes. Yeah. That honey processed coffee. I've had that before. Oh, dude, it's so good. You should give it a try. We have affiliate links, and we have NPR 10. We'll give you a little discount, so you can follow that all in the show notes. Calendar will be probably live December 1st. Is
cool.
What I'm shooting for. So that'll be up and going. If you still haven't gotten to me with an address of where to ship it to, if you won, please send me an email. And,
I have somebody contacted me. I just have to make sure I get it over to you. It was Tony. I don't know if you had that one or not.
I don't think so. I think I have Tony's address from before if it's the same, but yeah.
I'll send it over to you anyway, just to cover the base.
Yeah, and everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and we'll be back here next time. So that's right. This is a Carpets and Coffee, not a NPR. So I don't get to say it.
Bye.
So yeah, no, stop that. No,
that's my tribute to Lucas.
I know, and yeah, you'll be fine with that. That's good enough.